Good morning, all of you.
Morning.
So, I hope you guys still remember, we are in the discussion of all the visualizations, and we started with a couple of smaller visualization like card, multi-row card, slicer, hierarchy slicer. This comes under as part of custom visualizations. Also, I have showcased how to download the custom visuals and how to make use of the normal visualizations as well. So, and then after we have discussed about the stacked column chart, stacked bar chart, and what is the difference between the stacked as well as the clustered ones. And also we have a 100% stacked column and 100% stacked bar chart. So till now we have discussed only this much visualizations. So today, probably today, tomorrow also will be visualizations only. Then after we will start with the edit queries, and so then the flow would be Power BI's
Uh,
service will be started.
Hi,
Yeah, Midin.
actually, I think I have missed so many, you know, topics what you mentioning on the screen.
No, these are all going to cover future topics. So right now
Okay.
we are in the discussion of the
Mm-hmm.
this visualization. I think
Mm-hmm.
I still remember you missed out. I think 3 classes, I guess. So there are 2 things here. If you want, I will take the backup class. Or already I have
Mm-hmm.
shared all the videos with you. I think 5 or 6, 7, something like this. So please go through
Yep.
today, tomorrow. If not able to understand, let me know. We will have a backup class on the during weekends.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Fine?
because I need to check the video from the day 4 to day 7, like 4 days of videos.
No problem, Within. If you're not able to answer, I mean not able to understand, please let me know. Probably we will plan it
Mm-hmm.
in the weekends. I will take 1.5 hour. I will give the introduction, like overview of the all 4 videos. I hope that may
Okay.
not
Okay.
require
No.
because clearly I have explained here is like visualizations only. But anyhow, let me know.
Sure.
These guys are dropping and then rejoining. Maybe some connectivity issue.
Okay.
Just I will give 2 minutes of time. Let's see. So let's continue. Maybe they might be joining later or not sure.
Okay, okay, then
I'm
let's
muting
start.
you, Mithun. If you have any questions, you can unmute and talk to me. So the next visual would be, let me take the new page. So I hope you guys know how to take the new page. Just to go to the bottom, plus symbol. I'm taking a new visualizations. As you can see here, these are all we covered. First 6, and then we understand what is a card, multi-row card, and I think table, and then matrix report. I'm not sure table matrix report I covered or not. No, we have not covered. Only card and multi-row slicer and hierarchy slicer. So let's start with the simple ones today. And based on the progress of today, or we can continue tomorrow. Or else what I can do, I can jump to any of the visualizations. For example, I'm taking is a tabular report now. So same properties will repeat here. Now let's see. Let's try to understand what I've discussed till now. For example, card. It is for the scalar values. Whenever you would like to display single value, then we need to go for the card visualizations, correct? Multi-row column means the same number can be split into multiple dimensions. For example, each country wise. Slicer is nothing but used to filter the data. And also we discussed about the charts, like each bar wise how many orders we are getting. And so then after we understand the 100% bar chart or column chart. So if you see the differences, right, these are all like a graphical presentation of a database values. And now there are certain limitation, right? For example, I'm taking this chart. As we can see, like a country wise how many orders we are getting. So if we want to add it, for example, state wise also, so then I mean, if you have the only six bars, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, or maximum like a 10 or 15 bars, the bar will be is very easy to understand. For example, if you show like a 200 bars in the same page, is it looks good?
No.
No, right? So those kind of situations, what will happen? We can go for the blindly tabular report. Here we don't have any limitation. Doesn't matter how many columns you would like to display as part of columns and rows. As part of columns and rows, you can display number of columns. For example, same example I'm taking, order quantity, and I would like to see the data country wise, and then state wise. I think this is state. So as you can see, the fonts are very minimal, so we can try to increase a little bit formatting options. Okay, and now looks better. Now I would like to take the city wise. If you want to change the order, you want to bring this order quantity top bottom, just scroll a little bit up and down. And if you want to adjust the width, you can adjust it whatever you want. Keep it right, say left, say something like this. So
Mm.
this is what about the tabular report. When do you go for the tabular report? Whenever we don't have a limitation, like I want raw data, actual the table level, base Excel file or base table, sequence or table. What are the raw data I have it? I would like to see the as it is. Then the table would be the better option.
Okay.
So the next one is we will discuss about the more properties. Like the first one is go to the formatting option, and usually we can enable the borders so that when I click on the outside you will get to know what is the how much the width we have it for the this tabular report. Now if you want to add more extra columns, as you can see here we are getting the total also only for the numeric columns, only for numeric
Yeah.
columns. Then I will be muting you, please. You can unmute and talk to me whenever required.
Okay.
So I will take one more. Let's say sales amount measure also I can drag and drop. Now as you can see here, total sales amount. So the total will be enabled by default. We no need to enable total and all. Automatically will appear only for the numeric columns. So if you have the string column on top of string, how do you perform the sum here? We can't perform sum, right? So it is string value, so we can't perform the sum under. So we can perform the sum. By default sum will be applied because we are taking as a total. Sum of this plus all the values will be displayed on the bottom, and same way this is one. And now we will try to explore the what is the most properties available. So this visual level already we have discussed. This is a focus mode. It will maximize, and more visibility will be there. And here export data, show data, remove, automatically find clusters, spotlight, order by columns, So just ignore this one, automatically find clusters. Rest all we have discussed already. If you don't discuss also, this is for CSV file. By default at the moment Power BI desktop will support only CSV format. The same data will be exported into CSV. And the next one is show data, means the bottom it will display the same similar tabular format only. In this format is not that much useful, but if you have the any of the charts, now go here and show data. Now bottom see this, and the tabular report will be shown. Like we have country wise, order quantity, sales amount, and total product cost. And these all order by classes. You can click on this one if you want to, like you want to get the Australia as a beginning. Then we need to click on the order by English country region name. Now Z to A. Now you need to make it as a click on A to Z. So like this, in this page number 7 or table, in this table report also will be repeated. That is what about the visual level. We have couple of properties which will be keep on repeating for all the visualizations. And general we have discussed. And the table style will be like sometimes what will happen, I want to give the boldness for this column headings, I want to give the different colors. So that is the case, what you can do, go to the style. These are the by default options available. For example, if you set default, this is the default one, and none means nothing would be there, and minimal means, as you can see, little bit color is be coming here, like I'm not sure how many of you are able to recognize here. There is a green little bit. This will be coming. Anyhow, if you go for the bold header, you will understand. Now see, only for header, boldness will come into picture, and alternative rows, little bit coloring happening. First row one color, third row one more color, something like this. So which are the better you feel comfortable, you can try these options. Contrast alternative rows. Contrasting means like thickness will come, more thickness, and hello.
Hello.
So that is what about the like table style properties. If you don't like the normal minimal formatting option, you can try this flashy rows, and whichever you want, you can try these options. That is what about the table style here. And if you don't like any of the style, you want to make it as a default, click on the revert to default, and by default options will be set here. The next one is grid option. So before discussing with the grid option, there is an option called column headers. This column headers for only applicable for the only these columns. What are the formatting you are doing in the column headers? It will be applicable for the only columns. What are the formatting you are doing for the values? It will be applicable for the in between the values is there, right? So all this will be affected here. And the what are the formatting you are doing in the total level? That is only for bottom this particular area. So the grid is nothing but total report level. First we will try to understand what is a column level. Expand the column. I'm repeating once again. Select this visual, go to format, expand the column headers. The first one is font color, background color only for the columns. As you can see here, there is a white color text, right? And background is black color, that's why it's coming as a black and white. For example, if you don't like this one, you want to change a different color, yes, we can change it, still we can force it. And the outline is nothing but the bottom, there will be one line will be displayed. That is what about the bottom only or top only. since we set as a contrast color, you may not be able to realize. So what I can do, I will go to the which property, table style, make it as a default, make it as a default. Now come to the columns. Now listen carefully. I will make it as a top only. See this one. There is a line will be coming here. Only for the columns, what will happen? Outline will come into picture. I don't know how many of you are able to see this one. Above city, there is a green color line, correct or not? So now when I make it as a bottom only, now see this line automatically come bottom to city here. Bottom to city or not? So that is what about the outline, which is nothing but it's very small this one. And now let me little bit scroll down. There is an option called auto sizing option. Auto size columns. What is the meaning of auto size column width? So which is nothing but assume that this column is like a bigger, right? For example, this English country region name, there are more characters here, but coming to city only 4 characters. So based on their width, automatically the column width will be adjusted. If you expand this one, disable, enable this one, automatically column width would be adjusted. That is what about this one. And there is a one more option, word wrap. I hope already I have explained you. That is be more very useful now. Ignore the everything. The next one is font family. See this only for the columns. Whatever we are setting that only for the column level because we are on the discussion of the column headers now. So if you want a normal like Arial, you can make it like this and font size of the columns. If you want to decrease or increase a little bit more font, you can try these options. So that is what about the column, font family, text size, alignment by default is auto. Now see this one, city I want to bring into center here. Not only for city, all the columns. Not only for city, all the columns. Then what you can do? So go to formatting, column headers. I think I click on the outside. Now make it as a like a center element. Now see this one. Only for the columns only, not values. Keep in mind. And word wrap here is since it's enabled. Now listen carefully. I'm selecting this column name. Now I'm just scrolling little bit, reducing the width. Now what is happening here? Still I could see the column name visible, but it is going to 2 lines. Even if you scroll little bit left towards and 3 lines now. That is what about the word wrap. The text will be showcased to the end user even though it is a 3 lines, 4 line or 5 lines, something like this. Now whereas if I disable this one, now see immediately what is happening. It will be single line only, but text will be hidden. Text will be hidden. That is what about the word wrap option. So if you don't like anything, make it as a revert to default. Everything will be reset. Everything will be reset. So the next one is, let me do it bold header, nothing else. And the values, as I told you, values for the same features you could be able to see here also. Font color, background color, alternative font color, alternative background. So the font is nothing but the numbers whichever you see on the screen, that color. For example, showing as a black, you can make it as a even some different color also. Okay. So the font and background I'm making as a like let it be white color, no issues. If you see the alternative rows, as I mentioned, right? What is the alternative rows? The first row will be one color, second row will be another color. First row will be one color, second row. Alternative rows is nothing but second, this fourth, this sixth, those rows will be on a different color. So font color, right? I'm making as yellow. As you can see here, I'll make it as a this one. Now see, it is applicable only for the alternative rows. That is what about the like first row ignored, second row the alternative row. I mean alternative row, and third is ignored. And fourth row will be the alternative rows. Each alternative rows, the font formatting will be change, and same way the background also will be gets changed. So if you don't like, you can make it as a default, and outline is making as a none. I hope you guys know what is outline. Okay. So this URL icon, I need a website here. For example, whenever the column having some URLs, okay, https dot colon www.google.com, something like this. Just give me a minute. I'm sorry. So that is what about
Uh,
the.
Bala Mithun here. So, so can't we make the same color for all the data? Like I don't want to show the two double colors. So
Yeah, we can set it. We can don't set any properties. Make it as a default and go for the normal level. For example, if you don't like
if
anything,
I wanted to customize,
you are asking same question twice. See, if you don't like any alternative row color, what you can do, don't set anything here. Make it as a default. Now everything is a plain. Correct or not? And there are
okay.
some default option that is nothing but table style. Am I right? This is not for alternative rows, not for the first row, not for second row, not the third row. They come up with some default, this one, that is what default. If you set default, now as you can see here, alternative rows is coming as a little bit colorness. Even if you don't like that also, make it as a none. Everything will be gone. It will be like a plain report. If you want to make it as a like you don't like this default whatever they given alternative rows and all, so then what you need to do, you need to go to the here, make it as a none, and go to the column, I mean values. Here you can customize whatever you want. For example, the font and background is nothing but the first row, third row, every like alternative rows, I mean to say, like first, third, fifth, something like this. The alternative font is nothing but second, fourth, something like this. Those rows formatting will be these two options. Now tell me, what is your exact question?
So I want all the data should be in a single color. So
So you mean to say whatever I shown in the desktop right now, it is.
now I don't want like an alternative columns or row colors. So if example I wanted to show everything in the yellow color, so how do I
Make
do
it what
that?
is there. Go to formatting option here, and there is a vanish option here. Go to background color. Let's say this one, and go for the alternate row also. Make it as something like this. Both are same color. That's it.
Hmm.
Is it your
Okay.
question?
Yes, yes. This is my question.
Okay, perfect. So that is what about the column headers and values. And if you see the total only for the bottom row, let's say first of all you can decide whether you want totals or not. Now see bottom, it's not displaying the any total values here. That is what about that off and on after. If you disable it, there you won't be getting any properties here. But as soon as the moment you want totals, same your font color, background color, outline, font family, text size. I don't want to waste the time here. Just give a try of totals here. The next one is the grid is nothing but the combination of the all three, I could say. The combination of column, values and total, all three you can do it in the grid level also. Now let me showcase now. Now I'm just going to grid. Now try to understand first. Go to the bottom here, text size. Now listen carefully. I'm just trying to increase a little bit, decrease this one. Okay. Now I'm selecting the grid. First I will try to increase the font 15, 16. Now anyone tell me, is it increasing the only for total font or values or columns? Which size is increasing? For example, let me make it as a bigger one. Now tell me. So if you understand carefully, this is for the total level, values and column level also, or everything will be increased, the text size. That is what about the grid level. Still we have many more properties. For example, let's say values, let's say total, let me decrease this one. Now see this one, the only total is decreasing, only total, this part, only total values are decreasing. So that's what I told you. If you want to do any changes only for the total, go to the individual totals or values or columns. If you want to do the table total, column, headers, values and total level, then we need to go for the grid level. Okay, so that is what about the, like I think we need to make it as a total default, then only it's visible. Okay, the next one is, we'll start from the first one. We have a vertical grid and horizontal grid. See, grid is nothing but only outlines. Remember, always remember outlines usually, like how thickness you want, how many lines you want. For example, so now vertical grid means just enable this one and increase the color, change the color, you will easily understand. Now see this one. I don't know how many of you observed here. I'm getting one line here, another line for the each column level, another line, another line also I'm getting here. So each column to column I'm getting one line here. Now let me increase the thickness, you will understand. Now see this one, this is what about the vertical gridness. If you don't like it, disable it. The next one is horizontal. Horizontal in the sense like you will get like row by row, row by row, you will get some lines, that is nothing but horizontal. Now if you disable, first we will try to enable and make it as a different colors and horizontal thickness. Now this is more visible, now more visible. The next one is row padding. Padding is nothing but the space between the first row and second row, or this row and this row. If you want to increase little bit spaces, then what you can do, you can make use of this padding. For example, now let me increasing now see this one, this is first row, second row, there is a little bit space, unwanted space is there, like width is there. For example, see this width will be increased here, and the first row and second row, there will be lots of unwanted space would be there. Like this width you can reduce it or increase it by adding the spaces. Now listen carefully, when I decrease this one, now see it's like a more close, the values are very closer, nothing else. So that is what about the row padding. And we understand the what is a vertical grid and horizontal grid. If you want to enable this kind of grids, you can enable and disable it. Now the next one is outline color. Outline is nothing but total table level here. Table level, for example, you will get one border, one outline, that's it. So that is what about the outline color. Let's say this time I'm making as yellow. I don't know it's visible or not here. Let me increase the thickness. Now see, you will getting as a one outline. So that is what about the outline color. And text size also, if you want to increase outline weight, how thickness you want, text is nothing but total table level, it will increase the text. And image height also, like how brightness, not brightness, I'm sorry. So height, I mean to say, this will little bit expand. So you may not be able to recognize like what is happening in here. So but it is like, adjusting the height little bit more or bottom only for the table level. So try this option and try to understand this one. Now, anyone has any questions, either table style or grid, column headers and values and total up to this, up to totals? Anyone has any questions? Okay, fine. So the next property would be field formatting and conditional formatting. Okay. So this conditional formatting as of now or field formatting available only for the tabular report and matrix report. So as of now, the conditional formatting or field formatting applicable only for the tabular report, or we can go for the matrix report also. So let's try to understand what is a conditional formatting or field formatting. Let's say till now we have seen about the what is a total level formatting or column level formatting or values level formatting, correct? As well as I would like to apply for some background color only for this order quantity, only for one column. That is what comes into the picture, the field formatting. Or let's say I would like to apply the color, background color for the only country, whole column level. Then we need to go to the field formatting. Now expand the field formatting here. Now you need to select the which column you are going to do the formatting. Let's say order quantity. So now whatever the property I'm going to set now, these properties will be applicable only for that particular column. So now let's play value decimals I don't want, and font color I will make it as a this one as a like make it as something like this. Alignment maybe I'm making it as a center element. Now see, whatever I'm doing here, it is applicable for the only for that particular column. Whatever I'm doing, only for that particular column only. Now for example, it's the numbers, right? Order quantity, right? I don't want any decimals. You can make it as a like a 2 decimal. What will happen? You will get as a 87.00. So that is what about decimal value. Display unit should be like none, means by default actual base value will be displayed. Sometimes what will happen, we can call it as a like a 1 lakh or 10 lakhs equal to 1 billion, right? When we have the 10 lakh in the screen, you can make it as a 1 billion also. Like this will be converted. For example, thousands, everything showing as 0 because we have very less numbers, right? 0.0000 some thousands will come. So instead of displaying, it's going for the rounding value thousands. So whereas I'm going for the sales amount column. Okay. Now make it as a thousands. Now see this one, or even make it as a like millions. Now see 0.2345 some millions will be coming, and if you make it as a decimal as a 10 decimal, you will understand. Now see, like for example billions, we don't have that much bigger values. So if you convert in the value now, thousands will be the better option. 235 thousands or 187 thousands. If you don't have, like, you don't need to spell complete value, we are converting the whole value into thousands. For example, instead of displaying 10,000 10 comma triple zero, you can display as a 10k. That's it. That is what about the this display units. I'm making as a none, which is nothing but actual value. And if you want decimal, you can make it as 2 decimals. Decimal will be very handy for the like sales amount or cost, something like this. But order quantity will be 10 orders, 15 orders, 20 orders, right? So no need for the order quantity for this one. That is what about the conditional, sorry, field level formatting. What are the field you are selecting here that applicable only for that particular field? And what are the formatting I applied? What are the formatting applied is only for the value level, correct? If you want to apply this to columns, or if you want to apply this to total, then you need to apply to values enabled. If you don't like, disable also. See, everything property will be available, but whenever you want to make it as enable disable, you can again enable it. And this is for the header level also. See this one, Even now also you can disable apply to values, apply to total also you can enable these two, and you can disable this also. That is what about the custom formatting, sorry, field formatting. Any questions on this one? The next one is the conditional formatting. Conditional formatting also same only, but let me make it as a field level is a default one. Okay, the conditional formatting would be like now these are the by default conditions available as of now. Background color, background color scales, font color scales. Only two options available at the moment. So one is you can set a background color based on some condition. Let's say I have 380, 286. Ranges are like, for example, how much we have it here? 290, 150 also we have, 30 also I have. So what I want is, so I would like to display different color, like which of the cities having order quantity less than 200. I'm repeating, for example, less than 200 for this. Where is the less than 200? For this 150 and 33, I would like to give as a some danger color, for example, red color, because my target was something like 250 for each city west, but I'm getting as a only 150 33 orders, which is far less. So if you want to highlight something, then you can make it as a different colors. Then that is the case, go to the order quantity, okay, and enable this one, enable this one. By default, as you can see here, it is appearing some colors here. I have not done any colors, please try to understand. I have not given any color coding by default. One second. It is not okay. So by default is coming as a 2 3 colors. If you don't like these colors, then you can go for the customization. For example, advanced control. Click on this one, and now see this one, the apply color to order quantity, because we are doing the conditional formatting only for order quantity. Only order quantity only we are doing the conditional formatting. Color based on the sum of values. Color based on the sum of values. Anyhow, we are not going for the other table values at the moment. These are all other table values, so just ignore at the moment. Now what is the summation you are trying to do? Sum, which means cancel it. Already whatever the value we are showing here, if you understand carefully, already I'm doing the sum only, correct or not? In the city level, this particular city level, I might be having the 10 records in the bottom, but I'm just summing it up, I'm showing as a single value here. So don't get confused. Whatever already default values, it will be applicable here, appears here. You don't need to do any changes at the moment now. So whenever you got as a blank values, you can make it as 0, okay, or even you can make it as a different color also. So wherever blank will come, you will get this kind of color, something like this. Or if you want to make it as simply 0, and you can do it, and don't format it. Don't format in the sense what are the color font you are applying, it will not applicable here. So by default what will happen, we used to go for the 0. See, you're getting blank in the sense you are getting nothing, right? Why can't you make it as 0? Because it's a numeric column, so better to display as a zeros. So these two are very important. One is the minimum value, another one is the maximum value. One is the minimum value, maximum value. As you can see, this colors and all, it is displaying as this color. Let's say I would like to get the 3 colors now. Table, like visuals. So here let's assume that if the quantity less than or equal to 200, so then what is the color I want? For example, danger, red color, red color. The next one is whoever getting greater than 200, then let's say green color. green color, something like this. So then that is the case, you need to go for the little bit here. What is the minimum color here? Lowest values. Wherever lowest values are coming, you can make it as a red color. Wherever highest values are getting, you are making as a green color. Okay. And the diverse thing is nothing but if you enable this one, you will get as a middle value also. You will get as a middle value also. Now let's say, one second, start from the red, and wherever the average, like see, my target is how much. Assume that I would like to get the minimum 200 orders for city wise. If you're getting less than 200 should be red. If you're getting 400 should be green color. If you're getting like very close or very near, for example 199 or 210, something like this, nearby this my target value, then we can make it as a different color, right? Where is that property? I'm not sure what is happening here. Maybe it's opened. Yeah. So the average means like middle center values. So we can make it as a like orange or green color, something like this. Now if you enable this one, you will get as a only that option. So that is what about the middle value. Minimum value will be lit, but but keep in mind I have not defining my 200 value here. Am I telling go for the less than 200, greater than 200 anywhere? No, right? Let's see how it appears. Let's see how it is appears. One second. That is a okay button. Now see. So it will automatically decide the only one is coming as a 980. That is what coming as a center value. If you go for the auto buy, you will understand. See this one. The highest value is 1579. What is the highest value here? 1579. The same way, if you change the auto buy, the lowest value will be only one only. Only one. This is what they called as lowest value, and this is what's called as a highest value. Now tell me what is the center value then? Yes, please send me what is the center values. It should be between one and this one, right? Not exactly, approximately. Approximately. So what is center will come? It is like 800 something will come. 800 something will come. 1600 will be the total, like something like this. But it is going for the, if you have any 800 something values, you will easily understand. Now let me scroll a little bit down. Now see the color, please. This is what called as a diversity. Diversity is nothing but like color will keep on like a thickness to like minimum color. Automatically increase. The once the value crosses 918 is coming as a green values. Now, if you want to define your minimum value, then what you can do, click on the advanced option, make it as a disable this one. There should be somewhere where we can enter this one. Yeah, make it as a number, and I'm telling that if it is less than, consider as a red color, and diverging, and make a number. Let's say 500 I'm giving. This is coming as 1500, or I will give as 1000. Let's see. Let me change the field formatting for this one. Order quantity, background is red is okay, but make this as okay. The numbers are visible now. Now minimize the field formatting. Let's try to understand. I'm setting that 200, 500 for the center value, 1000 here, and let's try to understand how it behaves. Now first lowest value I'm setting as 200, so this is all less than 200. Okay, and it is coming as a less than 200 red color. Now see this one. Immediately the moment the value is crossed 200, it is not changing the color value, but slowly is moving to the little bit yellow color is coming up. Yellow color is coming up. Now see this one. When we are getting the actual yellow color here, as soon as I set as a value 500 is coming, slowly that became yellow. And now see this one is not visible actually. I'm not sure, 917 something, and then it's coming as a green colors. So if you see here, we don't have the exact value where we can define less than 200, 300, greater than 500 is giving us a diversion like exact values. Exact values will be start from this, but lowest value start from red color, slowly will increase again. The value will be red, sorry, yellow, orange, and then coming to the green. Keep in mind, we don't have it is not an exact value. Approximately we are setting, as soon as the value is nearing to 500 it will become yellow. Same way, after 500, as soon as values are increasing, becoming yellow, and then slowly will become the red color, sorry, green color. The value is cross 1000, then automatically everything will be green color. Now let's say for better understanding, now I'm making as only 300, or we'll make it as a, we'll make it as a 200, make it as a 50, and we'll make it as a 300. Now let's see, you'll get better understanding. Now see, as you could see, the lots of green colors. Now go to field formatting, make this as a, so is it black only, right? Okay, font, I'm sorry, revert to default, and this shall be like okay. So now see, you can get more green colors. Exact green will be appears after 300 because we set as a 300. The pure green will only comes after 300, but as soon as the value is nearing to 300, automatically, as you can see, the green colors. So that is what about the, what is field formatting and conditional formatting. If you go to the any column, you will get the same kind of features. Background color, this one, background color or font color, you will get two options. So I have explained for one column, so rest you can try it out. Same thing here, for only for the font also you can enable this one. Whatever you are going to set, it is for the only font level, not in the background color. Font color also you can try the same feature. I'm not going to explain now. So I'm making as a conditional formatting. The next one is background. The background is nothing but for complete visual
Hi,
level.
Gaurav.
Yeah, Midyan.
Hello. I have a question on the condition formatting.
Yeah, please.
Uh, my question is like, if I wanted to specify the color for the particular amount, or something is in the same column, maybe there is a duplicate value. So in that case, I wanted to, rectify the duplicate. That moment, how do I color it?
Right now we don't have that feature. You may expect
Okay.
in the future releases, but right now we can't do it like this. So that too, this conditional formatting will only come into the only tabular report only and matrix report. If you go for the visuals, you won't get this feature at all. No conditional
Mm,
formatting at all. So maybe you can expect in the future releases from the Microsoft Power BI.
okay. Even we can't specify the color for the particular amount. It will just show as a the thick color and the slightly
Yeah,
thin
yeah.
color. In that way only it will show.
If you want to target only one column, you need to go for the field formatting.
Mm,
And that too, I shown you here each and every property. We don't have to write any expression here. We don't have option to customize here. So that's what I mentioned here. To
okay.
better visibility, only I mentioned here. If the quantity less than 200, then red color. We can't write expression here. So that is a
Okay.
limitation. Yes, that's a valid point because in other reporting tools we do have this kind of customizations.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's a matter of time. You can expect anyone, even next month also you can expect this feature. So that's what we need to make sure that every month the new release we need to go through the ones.
Okay.
So anything else?
Yeah. Thanks.
That is what about the conditional formatting, or you can disable this one. I don't want any conditional formatting now. The next one is probably background here, like enable first by default showing as a white color, right? So if you don't like tabular level, you can make it as a complete, like a total column level and body level, everything will be applicable as it. This is like a visual level background, visual level background. And transparency, how thickness you want, you can make it as a those kind of thickness. And border we have discussed, like outline you will get as one line, nothing else. If you want to display the title for this one, you can enable the title also. So for example, I'm giving as a like country wise sales amount here. Okay, so I'm not sure where it is displaying. Let me increase the font. The first and foremost thing is, I told you, as I told you, you just increase the font, you will understand. Now see this one on top of the report is coming up with some name here. So I want to make it as center, different color and different font and the thickness. So this is what about the title here. You can enable the title, or even you can disable also. If you don't like this one, you can disable. For example, I don't like within the table level, I want to top of the table, I want it, then you can take the text box here. Yes or no? Text box we can take it here, and we'll discuss tomorrow on this one, so don't worry. So the next one is the title, background we have discussed, lock aspect, border, everything we have discussed. So I'm stopping here. Rest we can continue tomorrow. Anyone has any questions, you can ask me now.